guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to do a mini book haul. So well, long time no see, due to quarantine and lockdown, none of the books were getting delivered and I didn't have much time to also do my videos because of online classes and stuff. So now I have come back and I'm going to do. I hope all of you are safe and doing very well. So without any further ado, let's get started. So the first book that I'm going to talk to you about is a book that I had pre-ordered and had been a lot of buzz on social media. So that is the prequel to the Hunger Games, that is the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. This book deals with President Snow and how he became what he is presently in the Hunger Games trilogy. So I'm really excited to see what this book is all about. So I'm going to have a detailed video for this review, and do check out that. So the next book that I'm going to talk to you about is a book that I have little to no idea what it is about, but it will be my first grimdark fantasy. And this was a suggestion on I had asked some people, and this came out to be frequent in people's suggestions. So that is the first book in the Shattered Sea series, that is Half a King by Joe Abercrombie. I haven't read Joe Abercrombie yet, and I intend to start with the first Blade trilogy, but there were a lot of people who said read the Shattered Sea because it's easier than the first Blade. And this is a totally different trilogy which deals with, I think, Prince Yarvi. He is, I think, a physically handicapped prince and something happens to him. I'm not pretty sure, so I will also be reading and telling you what it is about. So I don't have much idea about this, but this is the first in the trilogy, and this trilogy is easier than the first Law. And were a lot of people who had recommended, since I have never read Joe Abercrombie's work, I should read this so that I get a grip of his narration and writing style, and so that it becomes easier for me to read the first Blade. So here is the second book that I bought. The third book that I bought was a book for the RR book club of the month of May, but since everything was closed, everything got delayed, and now I have the book, and that is The City of Brass by S.A. Chakraborty. This was on my radar for quite some time, but I haven't read it yet in spite of being a part of the book club and following it for so many days and so many months. I have ordered the second book, that is Kingdom of Copper, which will be also coming shortly. I will do another book haul if required. And this book is an Egyptian fantasy, and the map also is very familiar to what we have right now. Here we have India, here we have the Suez Canal and stuff like that, so you can see. So yeah, here is the river Nile, which is a river, Nile river only here in the book. So here in this book we follow, I think, Nari, I think that is her name, and she summons this genie and something happens. I'm not really sure what this book about, but the latest book, that is Ember of Gold, is coming out in a month of June, I think at the end of the month of the June. So I'm really excited, and after the Kingdom of Copper reaches me, I'm going to binge read these two and then wait for the third book. The next two books that I bought are of the Selection series. I have the Selection and the Elite and have completed the entire series except the novella. When the first lockdown started, like March ending, I finished them all in one go, like one book one day. So now I finally have the one, which is the third book in the Selection series, and this deals with America finally becoming the one and how she becomes that. The next book that I have is Happily Ever After, which is the novella of the Selection series. I haven't read the entire book yet. I have read the first two, that is The Queen and the Prince. The Queen deals with Queen Amberley and how she became the Queen, and the Prince deals with Prince Maxon before the Selection started. This book deals with small things about, for example, the guard. The guard deals with Aspen and his life, and the maid, which deals with Lucy, the favorite Marley, and Celeste also has some role to play in this book. There are some illustrations also, and the best thing about this book is that this book finally has a map, which was not there in any of the Selection series, which was like disheartening, because if you're writing a fantasy and there's a map, I want the map in the first book itself and not the last novella. Nevertheless, I'm not liking this book so far, and still I will finish it and I will let you know what my thoughts are on this book. The next book that I have is a book that the second book I have ordered, and it was an impulse buy. And then I like realized that I haven't read the first book at all, so I had to. So that is Spend the Dawn by Elizabeth Lim. This is basically very similar to a Mulan, like a Mulan retelling kind of a thing. So here we follow Maya, who is a seamstress in this kingdom of Alandi. Now Alandi is like this, fantasy China kind of a thing. So here there was this particular civil war going on between the emperor and this another man. What is his name? Shansen, I think his name is. And what happens is the emperor wins, of course, but now he has to marry the other person's daughter, and for that he requires an imperial tailor for the bride to be. So Maya's father was a well-renowned tailor in the kingdom of Alandi, but after his mother died, he started deteriorating. And after the civil war happened, Maya's elder two brothers died in the civil war, and her younger brother came home back without a leg. So that was like really disheartening for her father, and he just broke. So what happens is the emperor sends a messenger to Maya's home and the messenger tells her father that he's supposed to come and serve the emperor, but her father like clearly refuses. But Maya sees that they are drowning in poverty, and if nothing happens, she has to go and marry somebody who is rich but who is going to take advantage of her. So she decides to dress up as her younger brother and go to the palace and become the imperial tailor, which is basically forbidden because in the kingdom of Alandi, tailors can only be men. So basically in this book we follow her journey, and as you can understand, this is a Mulan retelling because she becomes a man and she goes there, and when she goes there she realizes that she's not the only, her father was not the only one who is supposed to go there. There were a lot of tailors from all around the country who have come to serve the king, and there has to be this competition which obviously she wins. And after she wins the competition, she is like tasked with the most impossible task ever. She has to make this 3 magnificent gowns of the goddess, that the goddess they pray to, one which has to be made from the stars, second from the moon, and the third from the blood of stars. And it's her journey on how she makes those. And in the process she meets this emperor's enchanter called Eden, whom she falls in love with, and there's this beautiful romance. This I will highly recommend this book. I read this book in Kindle when I ordered the Unravel the Dusk and Books and Beyond box. I have no idea when that is going to come. I will surely haul that when it does. So I love this book so much. The writing is lyrical, it's beautiful. Even the romance between Eden and Maya is so poignant and just beautiful. I have no words to say. It's just so much worth it, and it's one of my favorite books of the year. And finally, the book that I'm going to haul is a book that I really did not want to buy, but this was in my, just, staying in my cart and telling me, dude, buy me or just remove me from your cart. And that is House of Earth and Blood, the first book in the Crescent City series. It's quite huge. It's 803 pages. So let's see what happens to this one. So that was all of my book haul. Thank you so much for watching. Do not forget to like, comment, share and subscribe to my channel. Please do stay safe, and whenever you get deliveries, do not forget to put them in some place that you're not going to touch for at least 3 to 4 days. That's what I did. I kept my books for 7 days, which was a Herculean task for me. And then do sanitize it and then read it like I did. It's better that your books can be a little wet but you don't fall sick, or any of the deliveries that you are expecting now. Please follow this pattern and stay safe, stay indoors as much as possible, unless and until you're one of those essential services people. Very good, like you're doing an amazing job. I'm not an essential service person, so yeah, I feel indebted to you. Thank you so very much for watching. Bye bye, have a great day ahead. Mwah.